What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all checking out another video. I'm kind of excited about what I'm doing on this one. A few days ago, my dad and I were at Bass Pro Shops and we saw something, and this was only a couple days after I had a conversation with Joe from Parabellum Fishing, and we were discussing our very first fishing reels. Now, I was probably about between 8 to 10 years old, and my dad gave me my first reel, which actually is the very first reel that I caught my very first fish on. This was back, like I said, I was between 8 to 10. I really didn't care that much about fishing, not like I do now. I had a short attention span, and got bored quick. But one day, magic finally happened, and I caught my first fish. And it was after that my dad bought me my first spinning reel, which was a Mitchell 300. But the reel that I cut my teeth on was a Daiwa underspin. I'm not sure that this is exactly the one that I had, but it's very, very close. Couldn't help it. I got one and Dad got one. Let me open this thing up and check it out. Alright, so this is the Daiwa underspin 40 XD. It says US 40 underspin 40 XD. Pretty much entirely enclosed. It's got a one ball bearing. But it's kind of neat, it's essentially it's like a cross between a spinning reel and a push button style, Zebco. It's got the little lever. That's your line release. That line is kind of tight on there. Oh. It's been over 30 years. I forgot what to do. I kept my finger on the trigger while I was trying to pull the line out. It don't work like that. Got some line pulled out there. And then you just reel it on in, which this is going to be difficult being I've kind of got one hand here. Let's try that again. Pull the trigger, line comes on out. I'm really excited to use this. It's going to be a real trip down memory lane. This comes pre-spooled. I'm not sure what size line is on it. Maybe it says something in here. It looks awful thin. I'm going to guess maybe 4 pound. I'm not going to get into all that. I intend to use this for panfish, anything, like I would ultralight. Which I got a rod. This is a light action Bass Pro. It's a crappie rod actually, but for what I'm doing, it's gonna be just fine. Light action or light power, fast action. Line weight 2 to 8 pounds. Lure weight 1/16 to quarter ounce. So it basically is an ultralight, and I've been wanting to get another ultralight anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and rig this up and go hit the water. Guys, there it is. Go get this line wet.
And they're going to hit anything on the surface, or almost on the surface.
Well, I went to close the bell and there's not a bell.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell there's only one bearing. Got one. Bass. He hammered it. He got it off the surface. Here, dude, open up.
That brings back memories right there. About the size of my first fish. Same reel, same fish, more or less. Thank you, little buddy. Got another one. Boy, it is not easy getting these things in with this reel. He ain't about much. Texas rig might do the trick. A Texas rig might work. That's how I'm fishing this little worm. Got another. They seem like they're over on this side. You want me to bring your chair over here?
What do you think about that $40 rod?
Well, I think I like the rod better than I like the reel.
What don't you like about the reel?
Well, I don't know how yours is acting, but mine's kind of clunky. When you reel it in, you could feel that one ball bearing thump, thump, thump. Might just need a little oil. I either got a stick or a fish. I got a fish. Oh, he's taking line. Jeez, he is not wanting to come in. Huh. He's dancing. That's the biggest one I've caught out here.
Yeah. Well, he ought to be big enough to take any worm I got.
I think they are moving. Now they're over here. You need to borrow one of those electric carts from Walmart. Well, they're hitting today. Kind of surprising. This cold front. This little Daiwa is putting in some work. Little fella. Thank you, friend. Thought it was weird I hadn't caught any brim. Hold still. Yep, I think it's a little brim. Nothing but bass earlier, now 2 brim back to back.
You still got the receipt from that reel?
Yeah, I used it earlier today to get a new rod.
Well, that wasn't too bad. A little Daiwa, it put in some work. Unfortunately, either my bearing is bad or it's dry. I'm not.
New text message from Joe Parabellum.
Speaking of Joe, it's either dry or it is just bad. I don't know. Compared to my dad's, it felt pretty rough. But I used it anyway because for the sake of this video, you know. Ended up with 6 bass and 2 brim right there at the end. Not too bad. I don't know how much I will use that rig. The rod was actually pretty good. Not sure how much I'll use that, but it will be a good backup if nothing else. But I do need to get that reel sorted out. So anyway, good trip. Appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.